Sup everybody, we're gonna dive right into this. We're not gonna cut any corners, we're gonna get right into it. This is a subject matter that here on this channel we've been experiencing for 5 years. I'd say once you hit the 5-year mark, you're definitely kind of like a veteran. That's not really something happy, that's not something really you want to say, but you know, everything you were speaking on can 100% be validated. You've got all the proof and a lot of things to back it up, and that's the fact here. You're gonna come across a lot of individuals from different walks of lives, backgrounds and cultures that speak on this. I know some individuals may not be a cup of tea to you. There may be someone else you'd rather listen or watch on that, and that's fine. But at the same time, we don't care here, because all we care about is the facts. And even to the opposers, well, can you clarify what you're opposing? So we spoke. I got plenty of vids and I appreciate you if you're new to this channel. Thanks for checking it out. But if you're also new to this subject matter and this is something you've been going through, you're targeting, organized mobbing, and gangstalking, all something that we've spoken on here. I've got plenty of vids. One of my best ones is Trolled by Masons gangstalking, grocery stores, exposing gangstalking in grocery stores, organized mobbing, NSA terrorist list. I have so many vids that break this down, and it is just mind-boggling. Even mental health situations you got to go through, the clearest proof in the day, and you'll still have individuals trying to convince you otherwise, consistently telling on themselves because they're consistently using this word. And shout you out, because you're a smart person. If you found this channel and if you found this video and if you're new to this, I'm telling you right now, your reactions and your responses is 100% what's being experimented on and what's going to dictate your life, 100%. And this is coming from someone who had to do something that was almost impossible while going through this and got it done. I'm telling you right now, can't no troll, can't no gang stalker stop you from doing nothing. And this is what this video is about. It's about accountability, and you need to dictate, and you need to allow yourself to know that you are not being delusional, and don't fall short to what anyone else is trying to convince you otherwise. Those are all gang stalking categorization tactics. Now, what's a categorization tactic? We broke that down before. Trying to say you have a mental health disorder, trying to say that you need to be put into the hospital, trying to say you have schizophrenia and all this stuff. Look at what's in front of you, continue to record, continue to document. Okay, 100%. Support those who are going through it too. There's no such thing, even those who have no proof or haven't been, sharing their story, out in public like this, you're gonna realize how much doing this is gonna play in your life. I like to call this a character kill list, 100%. Like I said before, we're not gonna go into detail in this vid. I've got plenty of vids that share my whole story, and we're at that point now, so feel free to go back on all of those, all right? But if you're new to this, your routines and your patterns and understanding your starting point and where you went wrong in the beginning is going to dictate your whole thing. You were chosen for something wonderful, and you're going to go somewhere far in your life. But if you allow opposers to dictate and take rulership over your life, then you're going to see how you're just allowing your emotions to take control of your life. And don't lie to yourself. Okay? The starting point is going to be things you didn't even do wrong, things you didn't even know were wrong, things that you may have made a mistake. This is coming from a starting point of the pandemic, a government, crisis. So speaking on that and how aware you are of some things, you're going to see how much that you may be deemed a threat unintentionally to society, is what they kind of call it. So they're kind of hoping you self-sabotage on yourself. It's a character kill list, 100% real. Okay? You're gonna come across many reliable channels that speak on this, and they are not lying to you. It is real. You will see individuals who speak on this get attacked in many different ways. You must see through that. You must have enough wisdom to see through the attacks that you'll see on individuals who are speaking truth about this. Okay? you will see individuals that you come across you that oppose you running a script on new individuals who become aware of their targeting. It will be covert at first. You're not going to know what's happening in the beginning, but once it starts happening to you, you're going to see what mistakes you made that allowed them to give them this validation to do this to you. It's up to you to see what's clearly going on in your life, because like we said before, you ain't no bandwagon speaking on this. This is real, okay? And some of us have a harder time explaining this and can come off as confusing. And you're going to notice certain things that haven't been spoken on here is because on this channel, we do not like to repeat old things. You're going to notice tactics that haven't been spoken on. Yes, because we've spoken on this. These are things that they will like you to consistently speak on, so you get caught off track and then put you into a categorization tactic is what they like to do. So the minute you begin speaking on color coding, the minute you begin speaking on seeing aircrafts and all this technological stuff is being done to you, neuroscience and technology, hearing voices and dreams and things, these are things that they want you to consistently speak on. Although definitely bring it to light and definitely keep speaking, because everyone is waking up to this now, and it's no conspiracy. It's been proven. And you'll notice individuals opposing can't use nothing except your external features against you. So this all comes down to a bloodline thing and awareness. And yes, you are a threat, depending on what you choose to do with your energy in this environment that you can see what others can't see. And the route and direction of the traffic flow is going to be dependent on you and the people or factors in that environment. You're going to notice these certain terms being used. People having certain conversations around you over things that you just thought about, things you just spoke about, things that are necessary, that are going on in your life. Yes. All to put you in a categorization tactic. Okay? So they can't even debunk nothing you're doing being dependent on, especially if all they're doing is using external features on you. You'll notice them consistently use words like TI and gangstalking, yet try to say that it's not real, yet they're using that word, and yet giving their energy to try to oppose it. Okay? So this is something here that we've been experiencing for a minute. Okay? It's very obvious at this point. If you're someone who's going through this, remember the starting point. Don't lie to yourself. Know that it has a lot to do with accountability, and the faster you figure things out, the better it goes for you. Don't be afraid to take chances and risks, especially if you feel like you're in a situation where you're being trapped. A lot of this, to me, has to deal with spiritual trapping, depending on who you are, and you're going to find yourself having to perhaps sometimes move environments or move locations if you find yourself going through patterns and routines around the same individuals and seeing how who you truly are, who you are in general, plays out with their actions. Their actions play out on that. It's very aggravating speaking on this, I'm telling you right now. Depending on who you are, sometimes you got to beat around the bush. Because some of us, you're going to notice if you're new to this channel, if you're new to this video, I appreciate you for checking it out. And you'll notice my earliest, whatever you call it, video was a year ago. I had videos all the way up back 2019, vids that had to get deleted due to your life being in danger. Speaking on this, talking, yes. There are things you would not have been able to do. There are moves you had to do. This is where we get into things like attention. Remember, everything you're doing and everything you're showing is for attention. So make sure you have the right intentions while doing that. Because some things, are going to come across a different way to others, and you're not going to mean it to come across that way. We all have our different ways of going about this, So this is kind of just a vid looking out for you, because you are the one who has spiritual authority. If you found this video, you have to. There's no way. You have to be the one who knows that. You do know that, or you would have not came across that. I'm telling you, there's a pyramid scheme kind of going on with just awareness in general. And if you're someone who's still, and I hate to say it, but you still kind of believe in what happened with this whole pandemic in 2019, it's going to be hard for you to follow this. You may be someone who still does not believe that this is going on. You may be just someone who's watching this right now because you think it's entertainment, or you're someone who opposes it and you can't wait to have something to clap back at. But if you're someone who still believes in the things that happened in the pandemic, and you can't see through the BS, then of course you're gonna have a hard time, understanding this, because there's a lot of blockages you have, and there's a lot of things where you don't know how to think for yourself. You're thinking under what someone else thought of already, and that's what a lot of this comes down to. It's information suppression. That's what gangstalking is. It is information suppression to take you out of your character 100%. And it's up to you on what you choose to give your energy to. There's some things you just don't need to. You can go ahead and skip 2 years of things that you don't need to go through. That's what this is all about. Staying on track. Isolation may be important for a good phase in time for you to clearly figure out things. It's a really important thing to do. Once you know what you know, once you know what you can't fall back on, it's easier said than done. That's what it all comes down to. Only you can put yourself down. So we're gonna go ahead and end it up there. There's 2 different routes you can take. You can definitely wake people up, but it's whether on how you do it, and not trying to do it in a victimizing way, because once you do it in a victimizing type of energy, that's where they obviously choose to attack you, and you're gonna get attacked in different ways anyway. You see it clearly. You see it clearly with how individuals like to pick and choose the more vulnerable ones they want to attack. And feel free to go back to previous vids I have where you can see where I actually took on individuals where I took on them first, because they were afraid to take me on, as being damn well aware of who I was. So you're actually this, not to come across a certain way, but you consider yourself lucky if you did find this video, because despite this may not be everyone's cup of tea, and there may not be the answers you wish to found on this video. This video is proof that it is real, though, and that we're far beyond that at this point. And just those of you who are new to it, look at things for yourself. You do not feel the need to have to mirror what anyone else has done. Here, I spoke on how I don't like to, kind of, regurgitate or kind of speak on things that's been spoken on before. We don't like to do that here. So if there's individuals who were going through this, we all need to be, supporting each other if we're going through this, right? If there's someone I see that's already spoken on concepts that I'm going through, I don't need to feel the need to speak on, I'm going through this and this is what's going through that, or I can relate through this. No, this individual, who you'll eventually find the right individual to speak on about this, that's going to make you have that aha moment. Yes, that makes sense, So continue, and you'll find the right individuals, You'll find the right people who's going to help you put you down that path that you need to go through. God chose you for something. He chose you for a mission. He really did. And you're going to see people who's just going to try to stop you, try to convince you otherwise, and try to take you off your path and make you speak on other nonsense that's going to do nothing but just aggravate you and put you into an agitating manner. That's going to make you act out in emotions. And that's what it all comes down to. It's up to you on how far you go with your objectives and why you're doing it. Okay? Gangstalking is 100% real. Don't allow anyone, and here's the thing, schizophrenia is real too. Mental health disorders are real. People need to be in mental hospitals. People need to be helped and treated. So let's go ahead and end it on this matter. This is not to say that, hey, you could be someone who's going through this and you might need help. Yeah, a lot of us need help. A lot of us do need mental help. A lot of us do need emotional help. A lot of us do need support. Financial help. A lot of us are not in good situations right now. There's certain manners where we act out to make it seem like it's not that way. It is that way though. Don't be afraid to ask for help. But all we're trying to do and say here is that it is real. It is real. And you're going to come across people trying to tell you otherwise. And you're going to find yourself in situations where of course you're going to fall short. Here, of course we've had experiences with failures. Of course we're in situations where you want to be better. But it's up to you there's gonna have to come a point in time where you stop blaming others. And we stop going to the cycle of they're doing this to me, we're doing that to, and of course there's going to be situations of blockages and things where you can clearly see individuals were trying to hold you back, trying to prevent you from getting things done because all you were doing is speaking. You saw it clear as day. So no, you're not crazy for documenting. No, you're not crazy, especially if you come across a certain way. Even if it comes across as victimizing, yo, we feel you, or we support you if you're going through this. We shouldn't be, having arguments if we're all people going through this. But at the end of the day, it is real. That's what it all comes down to. It is real. You're going to see people try to convince you otherwise. Don't let them stop you. Don't lie to yourself. Continue to document. Continue to do what's right for you. Some of us do things a better way. Some of us do things a different way. We all have our different ways of going about this. But hey, continue to support, and I appreciate you for checking out the vid. We'll have more soon. Thank you.